Okay, Red Prince, could you fill me in on what it is? Because I didn't see anything glow.
And I'm not seeing any real sight lines.
There were vines.
Okay.
What? We climbed down some vines and now...
And now we're here. I got lost.
Well, we're screwed. I climbed on some vines, and yeah, if he talked to me, we probably could have persuaded our way out of this, but of course we can't share skill. And I can't even, like, not look at this conversation. I can't go see what else is happening until you do something and fail it and we get on with life. So would you kindly shove your foot in your mouth so we can move on with the game? You're not going to win any of them, Bill. Just hit one.
You're a salesman, though, right? Persuasion
Jesus,
0. Needed 5.
I'm not sure even I have 5. Do I have 5?
I doubt it.
I have 6. I could have done it.
Okay.
That hit surprisingly hard for a puppet.
Well, hopefully that fire immunity comes in handy.
Yeah, that's definitely something I could do.
It's always fun when you wander the world and everyone wants to attack you.
Well, I didn't know where these vines were going. I'm just like, oh, hey, vines. I think that's maybe the hidden thing that I spotted. I hit it. I'm down here, immediately spotted because I didn't know I was supposed to even be sneaking. And then, unfortunately, you walked in, so I couldn't smooth talk my way out of it. I feel like there was probably something interesting going on here, but unfortunately, we will never see it.
At least, yeah, not this run.
Do you really think we're going to get this far in this game ever again?
I don't know. I never know.
It's one of the downsides to really long RPGs is it's like, there's probably cool stuff, but if it's in the later acts...
You tend to miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, considering, like, with Mass Effect, I can tell you the beginning backwards and forwards, but by the end of 3, it's like a blur.
Yeah. Okay, so a password must be written on the blank parchment in order to unlock the desk.
But yeah, apparently he was researching, like, necklaces that could be used to store source and stuff, so he could use source things, so... This all tracks. Honestly, given the mix of loot and stuff we found in here, I'm surprised I haven't found a puzzle box.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick our hoot just because...
It's weird. Okay, ow.
Okay, so it's death. Cool. Revive me. Death is a minor inconvenience. In fact, don't you have Merciful Resurrection? Check your skills. Yeah, its only restriction is that you can only use it once during combat, so you can't spam it during combat, but out of combat, we can do this as many times as we need to. Go ahead and memorize it. I get the feeling you're going to have to wake me up a few times. We can try all the possibilities. It does not matter.
This literally does not matter. So we can just do this all day. You're going to give us the loot, right?
Assuming that it's one of these and it's not where we, like, needed to find it. To even have it as an option. Okay, I've tried Sanders, I've tried Arhu.
Okay, so real time, the cooldown is like a few seconds.
In combat,
it's literally one use.
Ages, and I think, like I said, it says in the conditions that you can only use it once for combat anyway, and I think there is a way to basically make skills unusable until you're out of combat. I think that is possible, so either that or they just gave it a ridiculously long cooldown to enforce that. I'm not sure.
I'm not going to try if it doesn't give me the option, but I'm going to interact with the desk after I resurrect you and see if any of those notes did anything that I picked up.
You have a different option than I do.
Yeah. We're going to try. And if I don't see a different option...
You can back out of it.
Yeah, I'll back right out. I'm not going to deface the blank parchment.
Yeah, you don't even have the option to write something down because apparently I can't be arsed to tell you that it's a password system. So, I mean, you could try tossing me any, like, notes you found so I can read them just to be sure. Because I think if I've read them, then at that point, if they unlock anything, I should be able to see it.
Here's where I just give you all my notes.
Okay, so you're taking this as give me every single book you've picked up. All right.
This is how I interpret things. It's all very literal.
Yeah, the last time I told you, like, hey, can you grind this skill for me while I work on the script? I looked up and he'd mastered, like, several non-combat skills.
You said grind up sneak and grind up acrobatics while I work on the script, so I just did it.
Scratched into mothwing parchment with snake venom. This is the fabled Scroll of Atonement. With this scroll, your sins can be absolved in the eyes of the divine. Okay, yeah, you knew the password, but couldn't tell me what it was. So I just died several times. Didn't need to. Well, we figured it out in the end. I still have no idea exactly which note it was that unlocked that because I was not actually reading them. I was just, opening them. Okay, we need to find the lizard embassy, I think, because apparently it's on fire, and for once I actually need to try to put that out instead of make it worse. The lizard consulate's over here.
Okay.
Let's head there first, because it seems like, everything being on fire
Is a priority?
Is a priority, yes.
And I've decided not to bumble around because apparently that starts fights.
Get caught with one succubus and it's all, he's a demon, exile him. Well, now that everything's on fire, we're back to my prince. I see how it is. Still, I will help. So this is necrofire. Which is why
these water barrels won't help.
Oh, it will not help. We would have to, bless it, possibly. We have what appear to be undead lizards that are on fire. I'm going to assume people that didn't make it out. But I'm not really seeing a way to fix that at this point. Very, very more than resistant to fire, they heal from it. Very weak to water, kind of just what you'd expect. And also they're undead, so obviously no poison. Well, I have some water skills, thankfully, but perhaps not as many as would be useful in this fight.
What are we fighting now?
I don't know. I can't even, okay, Infernal Ego. Invulnerable. Okay, so as soon as they get to fire, they come back, and it consumes that fire. Did you notice the fire shrank?
Yeah.
So if we bless the fire and put it out, that gives them fewer places to revive. Yeah, it's just these aren't, connected together, and with a lot of little surfaces like this, how the hell would you cast enough bless? I mean, unless you intentionally started a crap ton of fire to turn it all into one surface. Yeah, we can't even sneak because the freaking paladins out here are gonna...
Should I trade anything for bless and try to bless fires? Or?
Yeah, you may as well have it.
Okay.
I'm going to try just making this all one big fire surface and seeing if we do that, if then one bless, counts for the whole surface instead of having to do a ton of blesses for a bunch of tiny surfaces. So ironically, I'm putting out the fire by creating more fire, because that makes a ton of sense. Okay, this is all one big surface now. But I've noticed, see the fire that I made? It's normal fire, and it burns out. So there's something about these specific patches that's different. Still, this might let me do more than one patch at a time. We'll try it. It does. And then it should all burn out. I mean, it takes a crap ton of source points, and we're going to have to, I don't know, go find a source vat or start eating the corpses or something. But, okay, now, they are up here. So getting these last couple fire surfaces gone without alerting them is going to be very, very difficult and possibly impossible, but I'll try to catch the tip of this one. Which means I could use global cooling to put it out. Unfortunately, my bless is on cooldown. Again, I don't know. Is this one of those fights where if you don't have 4 characters, you're just kind of hosed?
I hope not, but maybe.
Because it's really feeling like if we had 4 characters using bless,
we would just win.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that they can just create more fire surfaces is kind of bull. They're going to just generate more fire than we can ever put out. So if the way of dealing with them is to get rid of all the fire and then they can't revive, I have no idea how we're supposed to do that. And even then, we have to kill these things before they just generate a bunch of fire with their apparently endless fire arrows. Whoever designed this, I hope you step on so many Legos your feet look like the LA Beasts did after he took that frickin' Lego challenge. And apparently by removing enough of the necrophire around, it kept them from being able to come back. So we have figured out what we need to do, it's just incredibly annoying. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck a fireball to try to connect these 3 surfaces and then bless it to try to get it in one
go.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it worked.
Yep. Looks like it did. Should just burn out. Now there's a little bit up there. There's a little up there. Those are definitely too far apart to
bridge.
So we'll have to just... Yeah, okay. These ones are just going to spawn in.
Yeah.
There's no just sneaking around them, which is a major problem. So... we're going to have to see what we can do from outside and make sure we got everything. Because, again, we don't have a party of 4. We have a party of 2. So... and that's not usually, like, we have extra action points. We get more action points per turn than we would if we had a party of 4, and that does help. But for things like Bless that have a cooldown, our cooldowns are not affected. They're the same as they would be if we had a party of 4. So if we run out of uses of Bless before we take out all the fire, we're kind of just screwed, which is really irritating. But I'm hoping if we get rid of the fire that is in this specific room, because we didn't have to put out the whole embassy to take out those other 2. We just had to put out the fire in their area. So I'm hoping that if we've put out all these fires, then we'll be able to take out the ones that are going to appear here. And then move on to the next room. Yeah, I think that's all the fire in here that isn't like set dressing fire.
Really don't like the set dressing fire because I keep...
it really confuses the issue, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's set dressing fire. That's set dressing fire. We need to try to teleport them all into one spot so we can take them out. So start moving them around with things like Nether Swap, teleport, etc. We need to get them on Death's Door or as close to it as we can manage without actually taking them out, and then bless the surface and get rid of it. And I forgot to have you memorize Rain.
I'm really hoping they didn't go, this is a puzzle encounter, because it's not. It's boring and tedious and...
And really doesn't feel like it was designed for a lone wolf party. Wonder what happens if we put Bless on the Revenants directly. Because, I mean, they are called Cursed Revenants, but they don't have a cursed status other than, like, I guess, Necrophire. They're constantly on Necrophire. But I wonder if that actually is another way of working around this, and there have been people screaming at the screen that if we just blessed each Revenant, we'd be able to take them out that way.
If anyone knows how this works, or has complaints, or a way that we could have done this better, feel free to comment it.
It boosts engagement. Okay, we evidently have the... I don't know if it's a distance thing or what, or if or it's just that we've managed to remove all the cursed fire, so even though there's a little bit of regular fire left, it doesn't matter. But that one went out and didn't leave behind one of the weird invulnerable revive orb things. So maybe we can actually accomplish something here. I'm not going to risk the one that isn't persuasion tagged because I've gotten screwed on that before. And I'm going to go with the memory persuasion because I think that stat is highest. Okay, they escaped into a pool. Okay, I found a key that might help. You see any other spots that aren't set dressing, Bill?
No, those all look like the set props. Thankfully, the set props look fairly identical, so it's helping. Okay, I think I found the pool they escaped to, which...
that might be where we have to call it, because it is getting kind of late. And I think we're both just a wee bit frustrated with how this all worked. So in the interest of the next battle not just turning into a string of curses I have to mute. Oh, there's a portal. Well, that's a good stopping point, I think.